Some people say cats are distant, that they only care when the food bowl is full, or when a warm lap appears like magic. But then, there's your cat. The one who greets you with a slow blink across the room. The one who curls up on your chest like they're listening to your heartbeat. The one who seems to appear, as if out of nowhere, on the exact days your soul feels a little heavier. There's a secret language here. A quiet code your cat has been speaking to you for years. One made of tiny moments, a brush of fur against your ankle, a paw resting gently on your hand, a gaze that lingers just a second too long. These aren't accidents. They're love notes. They're proof that in your cat's world, you're not just another human. You're their human. And once you know how to read these signs, you'll never look at your cat the same way again. Sign 1, they wait for you at the door. It's the kind of thing that might seem small. You come home juggling your keys, maybe your groceries, and there, in the quiet glow of the hallway, your cat is waiting. Not just in the room. At the very edge of the doorway. Sometimes they're sitting, tail curled neatly around their paws like they've been there for hours. Other times they're pacing just a little, ears flicking at every sound from outside. It's not an accident. It's not just where they decided to nap. This is your cat's way of saying, I noticed you were gone. And I've been keeping this spot warm until you came back. Cats have an extraordinary sense of routine. They learn the sound of your footsteps on the stairs, the specific jingle of your keys, even the gentle hum of your car engine as it slows outside. Some begin their watch early, a good 10 or 15 minutes before you arrive, as if their heart can feel you getting closer. In the wild, cats rarely wait for each other. Their survival depends on independence. But in your home, your cat has chosen something different. They've made you part of their territory, part of their family. And that spot by the door? It's like the front row seat to your return. You might notice other little things in this moment. The way their tail tip twitches, betraying excitement they won't show in a wag like a dog. The way their pupils widen just slightly when your eyes meet. Maybe even a soft, chirping meow, a sound they likely don't use with anyone but you. When they walk ahead of you after you step inside, it's not to lead you anywhere in particular. It's to keep you in sight, to make sure the bond is still intact. Have you ever thought about how vulnerable this is for a cat? To sit in plain view, eyes locked on the door, waiting for something they can't control, trusting that you'll come back? That's love in a feline language. Quiet, patient, loyal in a way the world doesn't expect from cats. So, the next time you find them there, don't just rush past. Pause. Greet them softly. Because in their heart, this is one of the most important moments of their day. And maybe, if you're honest, one of yours too. Sign 2, they follow you from room to room. It starts the moment you stand up. You think you're just walking to the kitchen. But there's a soft pad behind you. Turn around and there they are, eyes curious, tail gently swaying as if to say, where are we going? Some cats trail you like a shadow, weaving between your feet, brushing your legs as you move from place to place. Others keep a few steps back, watching quietly but never letting you leave their sight. It's not about food. It's not about treats. It's about you. Feline behaviorists call this affiliative following, but I think of it more simply. It's their way of staying close to the heart of their world. Think about it. In the wild, cats are both hunters and hunted. They choose where to be very carefully. They don't waste energy following just anyone. So, when your cat gets up from their cozy spot to trail behind you, even if you're only going to the bathroom, that's a choice. A statement. You might notice how they sit just outside a doorway while you work. How they curl up on the bath mat when you shower as though standing guard. How they slip under the dining table while you eat, resting quietly but always nearby. It's not about the activity. It's about being part of it. Some cats take this a step further, rubbing against your calves as you move, wrapping their tail around your ankle. That's not clumsiness. That's scent marking. They're leaving a soft signature that says you're mine. You belong with me. And if you close a door, oh, you'll hear about it. The paw under the crack. The little meow of protest. To your cat, being shut away from you feels like being shut out of their safe zone. Have you ever noticed that when you sit down again they settle too? Almost like their day can only continue once you've found your place? That's because you're the center of their map. Every room you enter becomes important just because you're there. So next time your furry shadow trails behind you, don't just smile and call them clingy. Realize this. They could be anywhere, and they chose to be exactly where you are. Sign 3, the way they stare at you. It's the middle of the day. You're reading, working, or maybe just lost in thought. And then, you feel it. That quiet weight of being watched. You glance up and there they are. Eyes wide, still, unblinking in their feline way. Not demanding. Not restless. Just watching. To some, it might seem strange, even a little unsettling. But for a cat, this is a deep and quiet connection. Cats are observers by nature. In the wild, they survive by studying movement, memorizing patterns, noticing the smallest changes. And in your home, you are their most important study. They learn your habits, the way your shoulders drop when you're tired, the sound of your laugh, the way you always reach for the same mug in the morning. And their gaze, long, patient, unhurried, is how they take you in. Sometimes you'll catch them watching from across the room, head tilted just slightly. Other times, you'll wake in the middle of the night to find them perched at the end of the bed, eyes fixed on you in the dark. Not because they need anything, but because they need to know you're still there. There's a tenderness in that. To watch is to care. To keep eyes on you is to keep you within their world. Science tells us cats can read human emotions. They notice micro-expressions we don't even realize we make. The tiny flicker of sadness, the lift of joy. And while they can't ask, "Are you okay?" in words, their gaze often does exactly that. Sometimes if you soften your own eyes and meet that look with a slow blink, you'll see them return it. A cat's kiss. It's their way of saying, "I trust you. I feel safe with you." That's not just staring. That's a silent conversation. So the next time you catch your cat watching you, don't brush it off as curiosity. Let yourself be seen. Because in those moments, they're not just looking at you. They're looking into you and memorizing the heart of the human they've chosen as their own. Sign 4. How they sleep on you. It happens in the quiet moments. You're stretched out on the couch, maybe drifting between thoughts and dreams, and suddenly there's a gentle weight pressing into you. A slow, careful climb. A soft thump as they settle. Your cat has chosen you as their bed. It might seem like a simple thing, a warm lap, a cozy chest, the rise and fall of your breathing. But for a cat, this is one of the deepest expressions of trust they can give. Cats are never more vulnerable than when they sleep. In the wild, choosing a safe place to rest can mean the difference between life and death. And here in your home, they've decided you are that safe place. Some curl up into the smallest ball, tucking their nose under their tail. Others sprawl with total abandon, head resting on your arm, paws stretched across your shoulder. Some even wedge themselves into the crook of your neck, their purrs vibrating against your skin like a private lullaby. You might notice little rituals before they settle, circling 3 times, kneading the blanket with their paws, giving a slow blink before they close their eyes. These aren't random. They're echoes of ancient instincts, the same ones that wild cats use to make their sleeping spot perfect. And then there's the way they position themselves. Have you ever woken up to find your cat sleeping on you facing the door? That's not an accident. It's protection. In the wild, cats position themselves to watch for danger. When they do it with you, they're guarding not just their space, but you. Sometimes they make you feel like a statue, pinning your legs so you can't move, trapping your arms so you have no choice but to stay. But to them, it's not trapping. It's holding. It's keeping the bond unbroken for as long as possible. And when you wake at 3 a.m., still pinned under a warm, heavy bundle of fur, remember this. They could have slept anywhere, on the chair, by the window, in their bed. But they didn't. They chose you. Because in their quiet, wordless way, you are home. Sign 5. When they copy your behavior. It's a subtle thing at first. You stretch after a long day. And just seconds later, your cat stretches too, front paws reaching, back arched in perfect imitation. You sit down with a cup of tea. And suddenly they hop up into their spot, curling in as if to say, "Yes, it's our sitting time now." It might seem like coincidence. But in the quiet rhythm of life you share, these moments mean something deeper. Cats are natural observers. They watch the ones they trust, learning not only where you go but how you move, when you rest, and even the times you eat. Over time, many cats begin to mirror their favorite humans' habits, a behavior known as mirroring, or more scientifically, allomimetic behavior. But in the warm language of love, I think of it as simply moving in sync. It's more than just mimicry. It's about connection, being part of your rhythm, sharing your little rituals. Some cats will eat when you eat, drink when you drink. Others will follow you into a room, sit nearby, and change positions when you do. It's like they're saying, "Your day is my day." Have you ever noticed your cat napping when you nap? Or even changing rooms the moment you do, like an invisible tether keeps you together? That's not clinginess. That's companionship in its purest form. Sometimes the copying is playful. A little head tilt to match yours, a paw reaching out just as you reach for them. Other times, it's quieter, like lying down on the floor while you do stretches or curling up on the bed right as you climb under the covers. In the wild, cats often mirror the behavior of others in their group to keep bonds strong and to feel safe together. When your cat copies you at home, it's a silent way of saying, "We are a team. I'm with you." It's easy to miss these moments because they're so small. But if you look closely, you'll see a pattern. A little dance the two of you share without ever rehearsing. And maybe that's the most beautiful part. Your cat doesn't just live in the same house as you. They live with you. Step for step, heartbeat for heartbeat. Sign 6. When they sense your emotions. There are days when you don't say a word. Maybe you're tired. Maybe the world feels a little heavier than usual. And somehow, they know. No one told them. You didn't announce it. But your cat appears, quietly, gently, as if drawn by an invisible thread straight to your side. They might press their body against you, rest a paw on your leg, or simply sit nearby watching you with that steady, unblinking gaze. It's not about food. It's not about play. It's about you. Science tells us cats are able to read human emotions, not in the same way we read each other's faces but through subtler signs. The way you move, the shift in your voice, the change in your breathing. Some studies even suggest they can sense chemical changes in your body's scent when you're stressed or sad. But beyond science, there's something deeper here. Cats are masters of quiet presence. They don't try to fix your mood with noise or distraction. They simply arrive, grounding you with their warmth, reminding you you're not alone. Maybe they curl up beside you while you cry. Maybe they stretch out across your lap when you're sick, purring softly, like a tiny engine of comfort. Maybe they follow you from room to room, not letting you drift too far from their sight. And then there are the lighter moments, when your joy becomes their joy. You laugh and suddenly they're chasing a toy, rolling onto their back as if they've caught your happiness like a spark in the air. In their own way, your emotions shape theirs. If you're low, they soften. If you're light, they play. This isn't an accident. It's a bond that has grown from days and months and years of shared space, shared energy, shared life. So the next time your cat turns up at your side at exactly the right moment, don't dismiss it as coincidence. They may not speak your language, but they read your heart fluently. And in their silent, patient way, they're saying, I see you, I feel you, and I'm here. Sign 7, when they talk to you, starts with a sound. Not the generic meow you've heard in cartoons, but something softer. Something shaped just for you. Maybe it's a chirp when you walk through the door. Maybe it's a tiny trill when you look their way. Maybe it's that long, rising meow they use when they really want your attention. Cats don't talk to each other the way they talk to us. In fact, most adult cats don't meow at other cats at all. It's a language they've crafted for humans. A private vocabulary built through years of little exchanges between you and them. Over time, they learn which sounds make you turn your head, which ones get you to open the treat jar, which ones make you laugh. And slowly you start to understand them too. You know the difference between the sharp, feed me, meow and the soft, just saying hi, meow. You can tell when that purr is contentment, and when it's a subtle request for comfort. Some cats go further, weaving in chirps, coos, even little squeaks that sound like no cat you've ever met. These aren't random noises. They're personalized messages. And then there's the conversation that doesn't need sound at all. The silent exchange of blinks, the tilt of their head when you speak, the slow, deliberate tail wave that says, I'm listening. Sometimes you'll talk to each other without even thinking. You respond to their trill with a word. They answer back. And suddenly you're in the middle of a dialogue that makes no sense to anyone else but feels perfectly natural to you both. It's not just about communication. It's about connection. In the wild, cats reserve their voices for what matters most. Warnings, mating calls, urgent alerts. At home, the thing that matters most is you. So when your cat speaks to you, remember, this isn't something they do for everyone. It's a bridge they've built between their world and yours. And every little chirp, trill, and rumbling purr is their way of saying, you're worth talking to. Sign 8, when they bring you gifts. Might be a feather, a toy mouse, a crumpled leaf from the garden. Or, if you have an outdoor hunter, something far less charming. You find it waiting for you, placed carefully where you'll see it. And your first thought might be, why would they bring me this? But in the language of cats, this is not just a random delivery. It's a deeply rooted instinct wrapped in love. In the wild, cats share food and treasures with those they care about most. Members of their group, kittens learning to hunt, companions they trust. Bringing something to you is their way of saying, I value you. I want to provide for you. I want to share my world with you. Even indoor cats who don't need to hunt, still carry this ancient behavior in their hearts. That toy mouse they drop at your feet? It's a symbolic catch, a way of showing you they're capable, generous, and bonded to you. And sometimes it's not about feeding you at all. It's about sharing an experience. They might bring you their favorite toy not because they're done with it, but because they want you to be part of their play. You might notice the pattern. They look at you after delivering it. They may meow, circle, or nudge it toward you, waiting for you to acknowledge the gift. In that moment, the best thing you can do is accept it with gratitude. Pick it up, praise them, play with it. Let them see that you recognize the gesture. Some people see these gifts as strange or inconvenient, but in truth, they are among the purest expressions of love a cat can give, because they are giving you not just an object, but a piece of their instinct, a sign of their trust, a fragment of their very nature. So the next time you step over a little surprise on the floor, pause before dismissing it. Look at your cat. See the pride in their eyes. They are saying, "In my world you are family, and family shares everything." Sign 9. When they show you their belly. There it is, a soft, exposed cloud of fur, the most vulnerable place on their body. Your cat rolls onto their back, stretching out, paws curled, eyes half closed in that dreamy way. It's tempting to think this is simply an invitation for belly rubs, and sometimes it is, but more often it's something even deeper. In the wild, a cat's belly is its most protected area, home to vital organs shielded during rest, never displayed without absolute trust. To show it is to say, "I feel safe with you. I'm not afraid here." This gesture isn't about submission. Cats are not submissive creatures by nature. It's about confidence. Confidence in the bond you share, in the knowledge that you will not harm them when they're at their most defenseless. You may notice they do this at certain times. When you're relaxing together, when they wake from a nap and spot you nearby, or when they want to signal pure, unguarded comfort. Some cats will even twist onto their back in greeting, rolling like a kitten before bounding toward you. Others will stay still, watching your reaction, letting you know that your presence alone is enough to make them feel at ease. Now here's the delicate part. Just because the belly is shown doesn't always mean it's meant to be touched. For some cats, this is a look but don't grab zone. Touching it when they're not in the mood can earn you a swift bunny kick. That's not betrayal, it's just their way of saying, "This is my safe place and I decide when to share it." So instead of rushing in, appreciate the moment. Understand what's really happening. They are offering you a window into their most private, instinctual world. When a cat shows you their belly, they are giving you more than a view of soft fur. They are giving you proof that in their eyes, you are not a threat. You are home. And in the quiet language of cats, that is one of the highest honors you can ever receive. Sign 10. When they sleep next to you. There's a quiet magic in shared sleep. The soft rhythm of breathing. The warm weight beside you. The feeling of being not quite alone in the dark. When your cat curls up next to you at night, it's more than a chance for warmth or comfort. It's a deep, unspoken promise. A bond that says, "I trust you enough to rest here." Cats are creatures of habit and caution. Even when they sleep, they remain alert to the world around them. Their ears twitch, their whiskers twitch, ready to catch the slightest change in sound or scent. So to choose your side of the bed, the edge of the couch, or the nook beside your pillow, that's a powerful statement. It means they see you as safe. They see you as their protector, their companion, their home. Some cats position themselves carefully, face toward the room's entrance as if standing guard while you rest. Others drape themselves across your legs, making sure you don't wander far in the night. And there's something healing about this quiet companionship. Many cat owners say they sleep better knowing their feline friend is close. The gentle sound of purring can be a balm to a restless heart, a reminder that even in the darkest hours, you are not alone. So next time you wake to find your cat beside you, or gently nudging your hand as if to say, "I'm here," remember this is their way of saying, "You matter to me." And in the soft silence of night, that is a love deeper than words. Sign 11. When they get jealous. It's a quiet moment. You're working at your desk, fingers tapping the keyboard. Suddenly, a soft paw lands right on your notes. An unspoken interruption. Or maybe you're giving attention to someone else. A friend, a pet, even your phone. And your cat suddenly appears, plopping down exactly where they know you can't ignore them. Jealousy in cats isn't about anger or spite, it's about connection. It's a signal that you matter more to them than they can quite say. Cats are territorial by nature. When their world shifts and they feel their bond with you challenged, they'll find gentle, clever ways to remind you, "I'm still here. I still belong." Some cats nudge your hand with an urgent headbutt. Others vocalize more as if saying, "Don't forget me." Some even follow you more closely, pacing like a watchful guardian who doesn't want to lose sight of their favorite person. A study showed that cats can actually feel jealousy, responding to your attention being given elsewhere, with behaviors designed to reclaim their spot in your heart. It's easy to mistake these moments for mischief, but really they are tender reminders. Little signs that your cat values their place in your world. So when your cat interrupts your Zoom call, or stretches across your keyboard, try to see the love beneath the paws. They're saying, "You're mine, and I want to stay close." Sign 12, when they give you love bites. It starts as a quick nip, a gentle pinch on your hand or wrist during petting. At first it might catch you off guard. You wonder, is this a warning? But these tiny bites aren't about anger or pain. They're a special kind of affection. A leftover from kittenhood, when siblings would play and groom each other with soft nibbles. When your cat gives you a love bite, they're saying, "You're part of my family." It's a quiet way of sharing closeness, a reminder of trust built over time. You might notice they mix the bite with purring, a confusing but tender signal. It's like a secret handshake between you and them, saying, "I'm comfortable here. I feel safe with you." Of course, these love bites should be gentle, never breaking the skin or causing real discomfort. They're playful, intimate, and deeply personal. So the next time your cat gives you a little nibble, don't pull away too fast. Think of it as a tiny love note, an invitation to understand them a little more deeply. In their language, these soft bites are just another way to say, "I like you, you're one of my own." Final reflection. Your cat doesn't care how your hair looks, what your job title is, or what kind of day you've had. They don't judge or demand. They simply want to be near your heart. You don't need to be perfect. You're already their whole world. So when you see those quiet signs, the gentle nudge, the soft stare, the way they curl up next to you without hesitation, remember this. You are loved in a way that's quiet, deep, and true. Call to action. If this helped you feel just one step closer to your cat, like, subscribe, and join the Meowsphere family. We're here to help you love better, not just care better. And in the comments, share the one moment your cat made you feel truly loved. We'd love to feature a few of your stories in our next video, because in Meowsphere, we celebrate the secret language of cats, and the beautiful bond you share with them.